Итак, всем товарищи, привет, у нас диско Elysium, стрим второй. Сегодня у нас 15 июня. Поздравляем Веркуса с днем рождения, если он появится в чате. 10:17, в принципе, нечего говорить больше, наверное. Так что буквально секундочку, я протру очки и начнем. Вот. К сожалению, следующий стрим по диско Элизиуму, третий, будет, скорее всего, уже на следующей неделе. Вот. К моему большому горю и сожалению, так. Ну что поделать, ДСУ? Не я такой, жизнь такая. Настроение у меня вчера было отличнейшее, весь день. Даже удивительно. Посмотрим, как сегодня будет. Хоп, ха-ла-ла-ла-ла-лей. Хоп, ха-ла-ла-ла-ла-лей. Ой, хорошая... Ага, только я ее немножечко не там поставил. Хотя... Можно вообще вот сюда поставить так это. К слову, а тут же есть какие-то фильтры. Давайте быстренько фильтры еще посмотрим. Резкости, хромаки, цветовой ключ. Коррекция цвета. Давайте коррекцию цвета посмотрим. Нормально, да? И прозрачность. Множитель цвета. Воу. Добавить цвет. Японский городовой. Давайте вот так вот. Because I can, как говорится. Хотя тут теплые цвета в основном. Ну-ка. Секундочку еще. Ага. Вот так. Можно, кстати говоря, яркости даже добавить. Ну-ка. Чуть-чуть. Ага. Насыщенности. Нет, не насыщенности. Тихо. Не яркости. Немножечко гаммы повышу. Гамму. Во. Вот. Все, отлично, мне кажется. Так, мы сдали бутылочки в прошлый раз, насколько я помню. Что у нас тут по... Знаете, кто входит в эту ячейку профсоюза? Свершится чудо. Осмотрите тело жертвы. Рыбка собирательства завершить. Запросить дополнительный бюджет в участке. Идите свое удостоверение. Сообщите об убийстве. Некоторое время. Ну тут он говорится, да и где, что, зачем, почему. Хоть под караоке узнать всю правду о реальности, чего? Найдите катушку с грустной песней, узнайте всю правду. Купите треники Фауну Куну, найдите свой пистолет. Можно также спросить в местном ломбарде. Так, давайте запросим бюджет в участке. Пускай поржут. И вот здесь в рамке... Вот видите вот эту белую точечку? Она есть и у персонажей там, но, блин... И мне минералка закончилась, это потери.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a moment, officer.
10-4, come in, officer. Over.
Требуется финансовый...
10-4, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but...
What does he want now?
He's asking for money.
Is he fucking kidding?
I don't think he is.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
Alright, that's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over. He says it's important to the case.
He isn't getting a red cent. You can tell him that.
Request denied, sir. Over. Anything else, sir? Over. Roger that. 10-10.
Окей. Вместить ущерб. Дополнительный бюджет. Участки так и не нашли. Одинокая дорога домой, 2 часа 46 минут осталось. Кстати, а чё-то снег пошел? А?
There are clothes inside. Cheap second-hand clothes, smelling of strangers' body odors.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
Save the economy? That sounds off.
Haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious. Recycle your cash, keep it in circulation. Don't buy new things. Buy eco.
Ведет озарение.
Look around, officer. You see all these premium goods just sitting there, not getting bored? We've got to keep the flow of goods moving. Is this really the economy we want to leave to our children?
Ты прав, короче,
That's
да.
the spirit. We've all got to do our part. Your part is to open the box and buy some clothes.
You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places.
Economical, but also trendy. Look first hand, buy second hand. Keep the economy moving.
Снова, ну, поищем.
Something
Шанс
cold
неплохой.
raises your hand.
Крита,
Synthetic
кстати.
and sleek, a windbreaker. Surf, it says, but also wind, summer, 100% waterproof.
Ветер, лето, непромокаемый
Sport.
спорт.
All in different typefaces.
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only 450 for you, sir.
Самообладание +1, -1 трепет. Пока уйти.
Volumetric ship compressed.
Мысль завершена. Тряпка собирайтесь.
Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's ship has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of ship togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars.
Решение
not
повышается
law
до 4.
officials. It remains to be seen how long the ship's singularity lasts.
Ну, короче, надо, получается, стойкость качать. Стойкость? А? Не, погодите. Мысли. Тряпка собирательства. Лимит стойкости. Лимит улучшения повышается до 4. Почему до сих пор 2? Давайте, короче, стойкость прокачаем. Потому что реально с ХП играть не стоит. Это, кстати говоря, баг похоже какой-то, что у меня остается вот это над
There's a
головой
pile of
штука.
cheap sunglasses in a small box. A variety
You like sunglasses, officer? I've got the latest styles right here.
These are all boring. Boring third-rate ho-hum sunglasses made of cheap Syrahese plastic, the kind of plastic that melts in the sun. Those UV stickers are almost certainly just there for the show. If anything, these lenses probably direct more UV light into your pupils.
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, super material, very cool, UV resistant. These will definitely keep your eyes safe and cool while doing your dangerous police work.
Давайте поищем. Успех! Е!
Oh, very interesting choice, officer. Very high culture.
This is how a sea monster sees the world. You've become a sea monster. Giant, hidden, and strangely tender at heart. All is blue. Yes, but they also make your soul quiver like jello. So deep.
So deep.
Wow, officer. This is so cool. And they can be yours for a mere 3 real. My regular customers have passed
Мне
the
кажется,
whole
таким
out
сейчас
because
такой.
they've got no taste. But you
The lieutenant
блин.
tilts his head and steps back, eyes narrowed in a thorough examination. It's a case to him.
You look like a musician. Like a blind musician. But you could do worse. Take them if you want.
Одна внутренняя империя, -1 восприятие.
Abort. These are hideous. What's more, they don't even fit your face. You can feel them pinching your nose and chafing against your brow.
Damn, officer! You look like a mega secret spy! Very secret. They're practically made for you. I'll let you have them for 2 real and 50 cents.
No, you are definitely not buying those.
Are you sure? But they look so good on you. You should think
Трахини
this through,
мена,
officer.
минус логика. Короче, Знаете, как я понимаю, нужно играть в эту игру, максить навыки сильные и догонять плохие навыки шмотками за счет сильных. Возможно, так. Канализация поднимается горячий воздух, кислый, едкий и почему-то успокаивающий. Шлюз на ремонте до среды 7:15. А, маслом вниз.
A crumpled billboard reading, Samaran butter soaks in the canal. Two ugly lines mar the bright countenance of the blonde boy depicted. The sign billboard has fallen on the waterlock, keeping it open, and thus out of order. Just some tasteless advertising.
Нифига себе.
No use rubbernecking now. Whatever it is, the boy on the billboard seems very happy about it. Goat milk butter. The Samaran terrain makes it easier to raise goats than cows, and the local goat farmers produce high-quality meat and dairy staples that add variety.
Козье молоко, кстати, очень вкусное. Классное.
It's an acquired taste.
Валь, ты меня хоть слышишь, друг?
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the waterlock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed Samaran butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything.
Рановато.
G'day to you, officers.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal.
Блин, как
them.
сделать морду, как у главного персонажа?
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Revachol.
The words Daredevil Driver sound ominous to you.
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here, especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then. Sure thing. Want some too, officer?
Why not?
Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it. Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
Нормально. Лучше электрохимию пока возьму. Перчатки. Мартроя, быстрые деньги, скоротечные времена. Без женщин. Надпись на табличке проста. Дэй. В темноте крутится кинопроектор. Какое-то устройство, древний кассовый аппарат. В основном военная форма, но есть и парочка более экстравагантных предметов одежды.
Typical Martinez street light sits
Наилучший
among
фонарь.
assorted floor and table lamps. The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently. This would make quite a statement in your living room.
It was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property. You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
700 real. A bargain, I dare say. There's also the matter of rewiring, but the most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The
Заблокировано.
light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Try to find something pretty and cool here, then use it to win her back.
Потом солдатика посмотрю.
The boomboxes on the shelf look well loved and well traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels. One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. This is you. Golden orange. A sunset suite. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
If police work means playing tapes, sure, you can use it for that. Or, absolutely, I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds and music from a variety of genres. Even
Блин,
though
актерская
I don't
работа
really
здесь
like
просто
music.
шикарная
That's
озвучка.
odd. Why doesn't he like music?
The stuff I record myself, silverware shaking in drawers as motor cars race by, nocturnal animals climbing on the roof, airship rotors, that kind of thing.
Maybe you should ditch music as well. Get into these more experimental sounds he's describing.
Is the Harman Welshie W2, made in Vespa, designed in Seoul, plays all reel-to-reel formats, 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real.
Нормас.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
Ну, теперь гейм здесь. У тебя в последнее время были какие-то
I haven't had any
неприятности?
problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about inconsistent law enforcement.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally
Я понял,
bored.
что я хотел перед стримом сделать, но сейчас...
As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from. It keeps me entertained.
Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what?
Блин, снова.
Feeling warm and enthralled by
Нормально.
the movement of light,
Говорит,
while the
успех.
mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Parolidon. It's tough to come by on the street. A drug developed by the military to treat
Ну вот
and
это
prevent
электрохимия, то,
radiation
что они
sickness,
энциклопедия,
has
бросок,
psychedelic side
это...
effects, and it makes your eyes
Мне кажется,
turn
здесь
yellow.
такое бывает.
I I try to keep the shop at a comfortable temperature. Pearlodon is just something since the People's Power disaster. I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade. Had to take it for radiation sickness.
He's taken it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably
Устранитель.
some of it in you too.
The People's Pile was a Type U particle decay generator that failed immediately after entering service, releasing radioactive waste into River Esperance. A primitive nuclear reactor, also called a pile. Construction began during the Commune of
Кстати
Rome.
говоря, в реале не
Continued
так же
working
называется,
after
потому что там
the
же
commune fell. They wanted a cheap source of
именно
energy for
в
revolutionary waste.
реакторах эти такие
Needless
штыри.
to say, things didn't work out. An emergency valve defect resulted in steam pressure blowing the turbine, taking the fuel containment vessel up in the explosion. Both the faulty design and lack of finances contributed to the catastrophe.
We were an all-volunteer force, self-organized. Tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill.
Ой, извините.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance. Didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud. Years getting sick.
Угу.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment, and early deaths. Cancer mostly. And no one's.
О, извиняюсь.
Everyone's.
So much bitterness.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen? The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forburg as I can. Still in the same city, but I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
Нормально.
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before.
Блин, урон по
Oh god.
боевому духу.
The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert.
She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her. Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
Хм.
You're right that she could cast aspersions on the Force. We have to find her.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions.
Давай.
The unhealthy kind. My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
Да, кстати, давайте сделаем... Да, вот так вот.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
Что мне по счастливой случайности. Слово чат. Надо даже повыше сделать как-то. Вообще запись чата такое сейчас.
Of course. I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have. I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business, bad for everyone.
Найдите свой пистолет. Легендарную стойкость надо пробросить. То, что зеркало, я уже провалил, я так понимаю. Ой, это что
He
черное?
doesn't know anything. The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Ну такое себе, не хочу продавать.
I'm not
Yes.
purchasing any more clothing at the moment. Another
Okay.
time, perhaps.
Сейчас.
Hello, hello. Have you tried it before?
The lieutenant steps away, pretending to admire some of the knickknacks on display. Look, go ahead then, he thinks. As long as you can walk straight, I don't care. He won't be your nog, but he won't be thrilled about this either.
Here you go, man.
Yes, darling, that's the coalition government ordained Parolidon. Straight into your gut.
Of course.
Сколько там? Опыт 30. Перлидон. Да. На всякий случай, мало ли понадобится. Наркотики, не котики, помните об этом. На трансляциях об этом говорить надо. На остросоциальные темы немножечко. Помните, что... На грузовике крупная надпись Humanox. Помните, что очень плохо может закончиться. Белая майка на грубую силу. Ну-ка. концептуализация. Техник +1, грубая сила +1. Витязь. Так, стоп, тут написано галогеновые водяные знаки. Подчеркивают недостатки, подчеркивают достоинства. Живое воображение, следы никотина на пальцах. Личный обзор слишком высоко. Работать, грубо.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing
Нифига
toward the
себе
sea.
ж.
It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the
Слышал
Philippine
историю о
kings
кратере
of
Атрене.
Revachol,
Нифига себе здесь
son
плюсики.
of Philip
Не, эта игра
II,
классно сделана.
opulent, father of
Мне
Philip
определенно
IV,
нравится.
the insane. Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, old sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy. Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy during the anti-centennial revolution, an end to his family line and the monarchy on the Insulindian Isola. Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber, where he stored unfathomable wealth. Krugerrands,
Боевой
bars
дух,
of
что ли,
gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and
полечить?
various chalices. He called it the Sol Auron. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person.
Блин, я уверен, что это жутко неудобно, но, блин.
But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction. You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry, he was also a prodigious snorter of nose candy. Not
Nose
just
candy?
any nose candy, though. We're talking Royal Philippian Blow, allegedly twice as
Почему это
potent
какая-то
as the stuff you find
электрохимия?
nowadays. And purple. Philippian cocaine was purple. That's what the revolutionaries said 150 years later, right before they emptied out the royal mausoleum and dumped His Majesty's mortal remains in the Insulindian Bay. Cocaine. His Majesty's courtiers said it helped him connect with the higher
Почему?
realms.
Ладно.
Beneath the cold waters of the Insulindian Bay, thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleaned out the royal mausoleum. The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the
Так,
landing
дайте
of the
я
coalition
сбегаю
ships
кое-что.
during the turn of the century
Выпью таблеточку одну.
when
Вот.
Martinez was
Скоро
leveled.
буду, сейчас. Так давно не пил ножку, просто жесть какая-то. А мне ее, типа, при определенных болях говорили пить. Вот. Что-то у меня уже несколько дней что-то примерно похожее.
Most historians think the coalition's hasty landing may have ultimately saved the statue. If the communards had more time, they would have reduced it up to even finer pieces. Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue of the most wasteful ruler of Revachol in the poorest part of the city. The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time, a rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of shit. People in Martinaise tend to disagree, as do many prominent art critics and thought leaders, with more nuanced social awareness than the young ironists. Those critics might have it wrong, though. There's more to it than just ironism, but you can't say what precisely. Perhaps this art mystery will be solved at a later time? Philip III, the squanderer, however, with his bronze face up in the air, doesn't seem concerned about what the hoi polloi think of him in death. Not that he ever did in life either.
Марк хорошим.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia. The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia.
Это этого, что ли?
Honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels. The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains. A book with ragged edges catches your notice. The front cover features a large, muscular man. The title reads, Man from Eamdal in the Lost City of the Pygmies.
Title.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. This is likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
A Stars Ryko, one of the finest Zhimsk-made motor carriages ever. An oldie, but a goldie. Not many people outside of Grad, and Revachol West too, it appears.
A Stash Ryko KK2. That's a classic model. Never thought I'd see another one repainted after what happened last time.
No, only that the motor carriage is typically baby blue. The colors of Zigis
Зигисмунта,
His
господи.
banners were famously zephyr and white. The colors of the Stars Ryko.
That's, well, yes, exactly it, more or less. Except it was a crowd of them. Tore him out of the vehicle and ran him over with his own tires. They said it was an honor killing.
А мне нравится, что типа появляются такие штуки, ты нажимаешь на них и происходит диалог.
Correction. 4,395. The fourth largest public protest of a criminal trial in Revachol.
Давайте по
Is
занудству.
that so, officer? I'll take you at your word. People we are paid to protect. Let's leave it at that. 4 years for murder in Reunion. The perps were remorseful. they're sorry knocked
Да я-то
APS off
тут
the
так
supplies.
бегаю.
That's
Из главного я узнал, что пистолет был заложен в ломбард, и девушка его взяла, купила. И по главному квесту, а так по остальному пока ничего.
The prisons in the greater Revachol Industrial Harbour are already full. Prisoners are expensive to maintain. The longer the sentence, the larger the cost.
I try to avoid drawing far-gone conclusions like this before actually examining the body, but my initial guess is the two are unrelated. Yes, detective? You sure you're not Jimsk?
Yes, you're sure you're not. Or if you are, it's only in that Revacholian way. For to
Артивашолен Уэй. Где-то здесь был. Блин, я вот за это беспокоюсь. Может остановить. Давайте просто сохранюсь. Сохранение в 5. Окей. Скоро там 1 час 41 минута.
the
Здрасте.
small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face.
Хорошо, что Изи пока что не узнал какой момент, который меня сильно напряг.
The photo, an
Ой,
ambrotype
Павла.
from the turn
Очень
of the century,
интересно.
as golden as her smile.
Привет, привет.
It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes and food money. Maybe she's your...
Бабуль, да, нормально. Что за варианты?
No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone. Why? I just told you why.
Ну окей, ладно. Так и быть, Ким. Так и быть. Руины, засыпанные снегом. Здесь больше никто не живет. Господи. Ну вот, конечно, бегание на ВСД здесь это просто адище. А, 2 раза левой кнопкой можно щелкать. Ким, пожалуйста, отойди.
I can't believe it's snowing again. It felt like springtime just a few days ago.
Еще, кстати говоря, можно бегать на вас, да.
Yes?
Да...
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and a colorful display of cigarettes.
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and... Welcome to Frit. Feel free to...
What's that magazine she's reading?
Что?
I don't know. Frit? I think they think that the extra T makes it funkier.
The story goes that normal Fritta, with 2 T's, a men's workwear shop in Vredefort, was
Господи, у нас в Казани, я не знаю, я не помню уже, остался он или нет, но есть кафе, кажется, кафе Аладдин с двумя Л. Если вы человек, так скажем, энциклопедия, то вы должны помнить, что Аладдин на самом деле пишется с двумя Д. Да, два Л. На самом деле Аладдин это 2D. I can show you the world. Shining, shimmering, splendid. Та-ра-та-та-та-та-ра-та-та. Let your heart decide. I can open your eyes. Та-ра-та-ра-та-та-там. Та-ра-та-там, та-та-та-та-там. Let your heart decide. A whole new world. A new fantastic points of view. Пара-па-пара-пам. Ладно. Человек зануда.
This is Pop Stars. It's got like famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish. No, I don't think so.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but... A warehouse? I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care what for it does.
She scrunches up her face into an expression of consummate adolescent
Секундочку.
skepticism.
Стрим будет или гарантированный стрим перед ним хотя бы? Я думаю, постримить на день рождения, правда, пока не знаю что. Не очень хочется, чтобы это было диско Elysium, но посмотрим. Аладдин. Блин, Соп, давай, открывай. Всероссийскую сеть Аладдин.
Fine. For it doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay?
Может быть днем, может быть утром, может быть днем, может быть вечером. Посмотрится.
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so... I don't know.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay?
Okay. Uh-huh. Reality? You mean, what reality? Economic reality, or...?
She is like a student unexpectedly called upon by a teacher. Can she answer the close request?
I don't know. What about it? I don't know. Look at the clock. It's right behind you on the wall.
The clock shows the time at 10:09. The hands seem to be still. It's apparent the clock doesn't work.
We're in for it? As mankind, or as a nation, or...
Блин, я таких девушек в своей жизни почти не встречал. Но...
What will her essay prompt be?
We're in Revachol, like on the Insulindian Isola. You're welcome. Cool.
Или,
Reality.
погоди.
She is like a student, unexpected.
I don't know. When ordinary people take over the government and demand democracy.
Блин, актрисе озвучки. Вот всем актерам озвучки здесь просто
Yeah, it happened like
твердую
50
пятерку из
years ago
5.
or so. Sorry, I'm not very
Там
good at
5
this.
написано.
At
Там просто
history, I mean.
пробела нет, и из-за этого происходит пипец.
Our government? Or do you mean something else? Sorry, cool.
Она говорила, что где-то типа может продаваться
A small
этот.
cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal spray.
I don't really know what hypnogamma is. I guess it makes you no, sorry.
Nozafad heals +1 health. Dramine heals +3 health.
You
Если
see
этот
several
дождевик.
packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of
Плюс
croissants
одной
and juice
стойкостью.
bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back.
Может купить? Ну, давайте купим.
Here you go.
Чё бы нет. Так. Сейчас. Чё, к
The
толпе не
dented
подходил?
yellow mailbox.
Хороший ящичек, погладить ящичек. Да, восстанавливайся,
The
как в
box
прошлый
seems
раз.
happy.
Ой, ладно, давайте я быстрое сохранение, похиляюсь боевым духом. Магнием. Ну-ка.
There he still is, looking right through you.
Собрался тряпка, 97%
Blow
шанс.
is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Кунофицированный антиблеватель.
As you breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's a smell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty, with your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting.
Кстати, очень слабо прокинул.
It's a puzzle. What's hanging in front of you is a puzzle of decaying flesh, tattoos, and tendons.
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength. The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast
Да ты же
to the
фэшн-коп.
decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
Oh, the lieutenant uses a mnemotechnique A6. That's not just any notebook. It's a classic. It's clearly some manner of super armor or future armor. Super future armor? I'm useless. useless.
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be. Under the hill. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff. The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know. No, I think he had something precious underneath the clothes. They had to remove the jeans and shirt we found to get to it. And this kind of armor is often worn under fabrics.
Надевают под одежду.
Nice. That makes sense.
They usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre, the Mazda, the Besmerties and the like. This one still has his underpants.
Fucking talking about underpants.
Clearly, Kuno would like to interject something here, but there's not enough for him to hold on to.
It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics. For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
For the northwest
Неплохо.
region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real, unadjusted for rank.
Not too much, yes. It's a sorry situation, I agree. That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor company, but that's just hearsay. I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether. Like whirls of floorboards, the design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony perhaps. If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like. The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice.
Обычно с покойников первое, что стаскивали, это были ботинки. Здесь ботинки
The
не
whorls are in
стащили.
the shape of a letter and number combination, E50, 100, 1000.
Good. Can you read it to me?
X5415 6745 678
Драма.
222. Let's lie.
Блин, вот знаете, на самом деле я не знаю, что тут в конце и как, но, блин, мне что-то как-то от Кима немножечко кринжевато.
We
В
have
том
a
плане,
make and a
что
number.
вдруг он
That's something. We
не
can
тот...
use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us.
This feels dangerous. Are you sure? The stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous...
Stop! Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal! What's wrong with you, asshole? Why is he letting go, Kuno?
Исполнительный товарищ? Да он как-то все... не знаю,
I don't know,
типа...
baby. I don't know why he's such a...
Деловитый полицейский напарник. Конечно, может, все и нормально, но, блин, в таких играх любят с самого начала подпихивать тебе человека, который в конце окажется не тем.
Officer, if I may ask, what were you trying to achieve by putting on the deceased foot?
Чего вы пытаетесь? Нет, не можешь.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
Ремень, так он же в одних трусах. А, ремень, на который повешен, видимо.
The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under six-rotor airships.
Airlifting. I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them. The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves. I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed. The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing?
Давайте вот это.
You should ask me for one the first moment we get. A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory.
Я тоже не видел. Петлю на ветку, а потом потянули ремень, чтобы пряжка закрылась.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt, limbs limp and torso covered in tattoos. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. His corpse is marked by stars. Alcohol and heartbreak.
A map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great Century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular. Customized somehow.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only half right.
So am I.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
A Trigger Sunshine. Mini.
Triggered is the world's leading manufacturer of intercommunication devices, primarily projectors. The camera before you looks familiar somehow.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera. I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill
Ouch.
flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it. Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it? It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter, to us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around. Sure, just don't lose it.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms. His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just some aquatic terrors there. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
Почему нельзя переодеть в то время?
The corpse looks right through you as you distance yourself from its stench. Eyes like a shark.
Сейчас. Внутренняя империя была... А, не, все нормально. Или где-то здесь была внутренняя империя.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and white boots. His eyes are dark brown hair grows on his head.
Пожалуйста, не провали.
Explode from the organic processes inside. The corpse is dead silent.
Неудача. Зараза.
I have no idea why you just said that.
Ну, 4+1.
Who is he? He is male, 40-50, with an athletic build.
The corpse looks right
Отлично.
through
Ну,
you
хотя
as you
да,
distance
так и
yourself
будет
from
выглядеть
its
неделю висящий
eyes
трупик.
like a shark. As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at the time of death match the discoloration? Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
Comes back into focus, an explosion of color.
So, what do you think?
Хороший перевод, в принципе. Что ты думаешь, что он труп?
Agreed, especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports a hanging.
You would still like the hypostasis marks in the neck to be a bit more pronounced.
Maybe it looks faint to you? It could be more pronounced, actually. Dûment noté. There's always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first. I agree.
His personality is no longer a part of the world.
Totally dead. That sounds about right, yes. I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
It means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
The pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
Did we? I don't feel lucky.
The pool of
the victim.
The fuck he's
Talking about shit.
Maybe.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils.
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt.
Смотрите, тело жертвы, где остальные части брони. К серийному номеру. И мы рассказать вам о деле. Значит эти татуировки.
fuck does Kuno care? You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in? And then what? You fucking there? You fucking Kuno's kingdom.
He's trying to fuck at you again, Kuno.
Is it? You got pretty fucked. Kuno's surprised you've still got your head after all that. Don't sweat it, drunk pig. Kuno will keep your nasty secrets. Kuno's not snitching.
He's saying you climbed up there. He probably saw you do it. That explains the calluses on your hands. You scale the side of the building.
Идрить.
Yet that conclusively explains how the coat got up there.
Course you fucking can. How do you think Kuno made all the docky boys his gimps? Just got a fly, pig. Kuno knows. Kuno and C saw you shit yourself. It's okay, pig. Not everyone can face the fear Kuno's.
That's all there is to it then. Don't be a pansy. Just jump.
That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam.
Kuno Shazam?
Fucking lightning in there, pig.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have that sparkle in your eyes.
It's a vitamin, pig. Don't you know anything? Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day, rips mag like a motherfucker, and you could use a battle.
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno. He's gonna use it against you, Kuno.
You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo.
Что ты имеешь в виду? Ну ладно.
Mag, you're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking die.
Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape. Yeah, to the both of you, watch your ass in Kuno's town, or Kuno's gonna fuck your head off. Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape.
What?
What is this shit? Fucking on yourself. This is weird level shit. Kuno doesn't go there.
Fuck your shit back to normal. What is this?
Well played. No one saw that coming.
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom.
Ступил от Куна, говорил с Куной.
The fuck about it? Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor. Kuno's fuck gimp's got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant. Look at him. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away. Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big. Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno. Yeah, that shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk. You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the the jolly troubadour shit at the gate. Yeah, cock and boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit? Came around pretending like he cares about cows? So yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor. Go to the gate. Ask him yourself.
Пусть там будет осмотр и этот долгий диалог. Да и я поэтому и пошел поговорить сразу с Куно.
Curious, my liege. Why did Kuno feed you this information?
Yeah, Kuno's doing charity today. Kuno Day. Kuno feels sorry for you two loser pigs. Kuno's doing pity now.
Still, seems suspicious. He may have it in for that guy. Or you may be paranoid. That is also a possibility, sire.
Fuck are you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
Oh, did Kuno make your shit sniffing harder? Obstruction of shit sniffing. This is Kuno's kingdom. Kuno fucking rules here.
You hear the lieutenant hum.
You're testing Kuno's...
Get lost,
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Ой. Туда еще надо будет сходить. Переоденемся. Снимем чуть позже. Авторитета, ну ладно. Ну на будущее лучше не говори, что там долгий диалог и так далее. Как-то, ну блин, ну будет и будет, что теперь? Тоже это эротическая литература, но без настоящей эротики.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
Это тут можно... А, здесь будет долгий диалог, здесь будет долгий диалог, здесь будет долгий диалог. Зачем будет и будет? Здравствуйте, сэр, заходите, магазин открыт.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book? It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Books? Postcards? Easy. Even a kid would know all of this.
Yes, that's exactly it. If you say so, sir. Can I help you with anything else?
Так, давайте спрячемся где-нибудь от холода. Просто вчера... Да не, я не Я там подозревал, что будет долгий диалог, и я сам виноват. Я просто говорю, надо закончить, и иду дальше по диалогам, не рассчитывая, что они короткие. Тоже долгие, да-да-да. Это как бы... Не дело в том, что я не знал, что там долгие диалоги. Дело в том, что я не могу вовремя остановиться порой.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso of the hanged man, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time the lines intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. It still kind of looks like a map of the stars in the night sky, but something's not right. Gone. For you to discover. You've gotten as far as you will without assistance. Someone who knows about history could tell you.
Понятно, кто знает историю? Два мужика на... Сперва давайте...
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Sir, officer. What's the number? And the make of the armor, if you know it. Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then.
Нормально.
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is an inter-Isolari law enforcement service. The crown jewel in the moral intern diadem.
Завтра,
In the
короче.
cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook.
Очень много очка навыка. Что тут с лавочкой?
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to palm.
Son, you've really let yourself go. It's a disgrace. But Coach Physical Instrument is going to get you back in prime condition, even if it takes 1,000,000 push-ups.
Так точно, тренер выкуй из меня органическую
It's going
сталь.
to take blood, sweat, piss, and tears. But when I'm done with you, boy, you will be a master athlete.
Погоди, а чё это?
When a
Почему?
man sets his mind and body on something and gives his 110%, he is sometimes going to piss himself. It just happens. No shame in that.
Давай.
Behold, world. Here walks a sportsman, hands choked and hair kept back with a bandana. The Homo
Атлетикус. Homo Атлетикус, господи. 40 минут всего лишь. Ну это что-нибудь
Vigilance officer.
завтра утром.
What can this old carabiner do for you? Ah, yes. King Philip III on his steed.
Тут надо, по-моему, в руки брать, чтобы появилось...
Oh, absolutely.
Ну ладно, сейчас.
At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold.
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country is.
Давайте я немножечко... Я как прочитаю... Кажется, прикольно слушать до конца, но...
This is something the insurgents never understood. nation is only as strong as its leader.
Don't get started on that again. What happened, happened.
The Carabiner doesn't reply.
Right.
Она... Не, она никуда не кладется, окей.
I have really outdone myself.
Yes, that's what you need, Gaston.
René, Hello, officer. How might I be of assistance on this fine day? Let me think. I heard someone was hanged and left on a tree for a week. But that's all I know, really. No, officers, I'm sorry.
Then help them, you wimp. You have plenty of shoulder with the ghost caviar in the Union.
He means caviar socialists.
I wish I could, but I just don't know anything. I always keep my nose clean and don't gossip.
Odd. He doesn't seem to be lying, but there's something off here.
I'm not even anyone.
Of course he's holding back. His mouth is so full of Union prick he can't even speak.
Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you piss on it? Is that okay, René? I'm not anyone important in the Union. I just know Evrard. Evrard Clare. Everyone in Martinez knows the Clare brothers. I taught these boys human studies and history in the gymnasium.
What do you know about history? You never witnessed history. Only heard about it years later.
The old soldier mumbles something. There he stands, proud.
Let's try not to get caught in a crossfire.
Lest we leave riddled with bullet holes. This animosity is ancient.
Oh, in many ways, yes. Like an honorary member. I attend meetings and parties, help with little things. Oh, yes. Not in the technical sense. I don't have a vote or a membership card, but Evrard keeps me.
Как обычно это и происходит.
So that's what it was before. Him hiding something. He tries to make it look like he's a big deal in the Union, and now the illusion is disintegrating before your and René's eyes. He doesn't know anything. Because no...
Of course he's not a member. He's not a member of anything. I knew that. He's a Vezavane. Turns to where the wind blows and tries to look important. I hate the socialist rabble, but even siding with them is better than living your entire life on the fence. Never committing to anything. Pick a damn side already.
Writing work mostly. Occasionally, he needs something written, and I happen to have a way with words, people say. Oh, nothing official, I assure you. Just essays for the newspapers. About Martinez and
Слушай,
how
почти
things
2
are
часа
and how
стрима.
they could be.
Уже
Evrard
12
and I
почти
had
доходит.
these long
И
talks
мне такое ощущение, что я начал буквально минут 15 назад.
Well, he tells his little pen man exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, plain and simple. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I don't even consider myself a regular socialist. Politics is not really something I involve myself in, officer. I believe everyone has the right to think and do whatever they want. Even
Это
if
магия
it's
диска.
nothing at all.
Мгм.
I'm very adaptable.
Mon Dieu.
No, thank you. For being consummate
Значит, у них почему-то это не прокатывает. Ну ладно. Там одинокая дорога домой 2 минуты. Че я еще хотел успеть? Татуировки жертвы. Ким?
Yes? What
Скажи
do you
мне.
want to know? Ah, yes. The case brief you missed. Now I remember. 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. During that
Oi.
time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. A security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
Боятся.
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. That's right. No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
Замешан.
There was some interest in this case at my station, but not for the reasons you have in mind. You seem to wish there was Excellent. Was there anything else? Good.
Вообще, по-хорошему, эти надо изучать. Одинокая дорога домой.
Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there.
Лимит улучшения повышается до 5, спиды дают 1 пси.
Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer?
Такое
You have to
себе.
get back to work. That's all you have now.
Ты можешь разблокировать мысль? Уж почему бы и нет? Японский городовой. Какой большой магазинчик я пропустил. В темном углу запрятаны старые спортивные журналы. Сборник рецептов национальной кухни Арды. Во всех рецептах используется озерная форель. Забавная иллюстрированная брошюра, очень цветастая. Трактат о магии фашистов, довольно откровенно. Нормально. Магия фашистов. Знаешь, что? Еще одна скучная книга. Кто-то просто бросил ее здесь. Всем известно, что самое интересное в фашистах — это их магия.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Ладно, завтра к тебе придем. что-то другое хотел сделать, но не помню что. Грубая физручая сила. Белый траур. Ну, типа, оно очень быстро. Давайте вот это. Давайте посмотрим еще шанс. А, не-не-не, стоп. Стойкость и грубая сила. Ей. Посмотрим сейчас, как прыгается.
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No one has claimed it for their own.
Эквилибристика же здесь нужна. Я что-то забыл совершенно. Достаточно грубой силы. +1. Да, не сейчас. Ну что, будем его снимать? Попытаемся снять. Хотел еще поменять. Да. Наверное, лучше электрохимию оставить.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and white boots. His skin is marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. On his chest, a fading web of tattoos. The cargo belt used to hang him from the tree looks reinforced.
The steel reinforced
70
belt presents
опыта.
a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought.
Блин. У меня энциклопедия сейчас -2. Фак. Ну ладно.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material. Someone else? You mean like the police?
Что за вариант ответа здесь порой?
Sadly, yes. The whole RCM is out there right now, doing the exact same thing we are. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to climb up there and saw the branch? There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees. I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspect in this case. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
I would really prefer if there was another way. These people might have an agenda. But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken on a skewer.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain the Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surroundings.
Он плохо стреляет.
A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
Fucking idiot! Mookaba asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he? Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano class.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his...
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance. It's bad as it is, us shooting firearms like punks. Go ahead, I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
They only have one gun!
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana pointer! Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth!
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth!
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and
Я
your
тоже
left
промахнусь.
hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Слишком маленький шанс.
Enough gunslinging for today. We need to access the harbor and ask the leader of the Union to have it taken down. They have the tools, and they have men. I did not want us to be indebted to Evrard Clare. I wanted us to be able to deal with it ourselves. That is clearly not the case. We need help.
Пытка не пытка, но...
You need to suck my dick!
17%
Why
мало.
the fuck am I still alive?
He's a dangerous and corrupt man, and we cannot predict what he will want from us in return.
Надо было сразу просить пистолет. Болторез. У нас еще есть фонарик. Давайте в задние дворики. Пробуем проникнуть. Что тут не говорил вообще слева ни с кем нормально. На этой лодке сияет так, словно его недавно покрасили.
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
Ай, давайте обратно.
Just
Сколько там?
an ordinary wall. Nothing to see.
Стоп, ты концептуализация же, рубашка должна давать концептуализацию. Все равно маленькая. Маленький проброс какой-то. Жилой комплекс Кейпсайд. Рю де Сен-Гислен, северный объезд. Внутри виден каркас ремонтируемого мотоцикла и инструменты, с помощью которых его разобрали. Там наверху какая-то девчонка. Это она пролила краску? Наверное, морское пальто, внушение страх. Ну-ка. Какая жесть, блин. Так, точка капитан, офицерская выправка. Сумрак минус. Похоже, когда-то не один десяток лет назад здесь были и другие постройки. О, магний. Ура! Пирс только для жителей Рю де Сен-Гислен 33А. Твой номер в танцах не сильно больше этой яхточки. Но стоит больше, чем ты когда-либо сможешь заработать.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
Ну вообще, на самом деле, мне не нравится, блин. Неужели на весь чертов район нет ни одной лестницы? Потому что вполне спокойно с помощью лестницы можно было бы снять. Привет, психотрон. Для слабаков. Зато палить это вот для сильных, да. По ремню. Просто очень странно как-то. Давай либо попалим, либо обратимся за помощью туда-то. У них наверняка есть лестница. А у кафе, в котором ты ночевал, лестницы нету. Странно. Ладно.
Peyton, my maiden name. I'm glad to see you here. I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you.
А, господи.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group. That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question. better not tie the fourth stay to the backstay on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it? Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint your eyes, bub. A well-kempt, yet tastefully short bob of dark hair. Despite the first hints of grey, she's elected to keep it au naturel, while dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from the cold. Her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge and worry, wealth and all its possibilities. These are the kind eyes of the rich man that seem to say everything is
Я,
possible.
кстати говоря, начал понимать. Слушайте, я сегодня реально 3 часа постримлю. Завтра... Блин, короче, стрим по Ведьмаку все переносится и переносится, и переносится, и переносится, и переносится. Я просто надыбал информации, ссылки записал, а потом они у меня слетели какого-то черта в хроме. Я не снова их придется искать. Я, конечно, там много начитал уже, но еще надо начитать и повыписывать. Такая зараза. Ну ладно. Короче, сегодня вот 3 часа постримлю. У меня просто место еще заканчивается на внешнем диске для записей. Вот, надо будет залить на эту трубу.
Within reason. Now look at you, you misery-clad simian, barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lakes. A scythe of booze precedes you. Your hair sticks to your forehead, and your underwear feels uncomfortable. You're poor, poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too... Maybe you could ask her for some stock tips. That's a maybe. Or a job. But you're sure as hell too ashamed to ask for cash.
Внутренняя империя.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
Силу воли надо пробросить.
Quite a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves.
Черт.
I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope...
How curious. Why is that, Detective? I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode? I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please.
Зараза.
Oh dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond.
А что если это она купила пистолет?
I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've
Надо
seen
найти
that badge.
удостоверение.
She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement. She's a negotiator. Just float a favor at her. Insinuates.
Покажите
I
пистолет.
will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible.
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain.
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason.
They're profiting from this trade.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones. Or you can recover your badge, though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause.
Detective, a word in private before we continue. This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective. Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchman. This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands.
Maybe this is all her plan. She might have heard about you.
I wouldn't go that far. Her reaction did come off as sincere to me. I think she's just quick to adapt. She's a professional, after all. Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large, and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters.
The situation might have changed drastically by the time you locate it. Time is of the essence.
You could request a new one from your station, but that would literally take months. No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. We'd never hear the end of it.
Блин, не добрил здесь.
What I propose
Бороду.
is we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done and demand for her information on the lynching.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Of course, Detective.
Информация Джейса о самосуде. Что не может прямо сейчас закончить?
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest.
The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C. Sod off, pigman. Art is above the law.
A brush, an artist. The red splatter is urban expressionism. The lieutenant is desperately searching for another handkerchief. Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Rivershaw. Its moneyed residents used to posh restaurants and
On a first-name basis with her, are we? Piggy's moving up in the world. Pig's not half as dumb as he looks. Can't you tell? I'm painting a
Стримы, конечно, по Disco Elysium. Я просто сижу и читаю, ничего не говорю почти.
I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words. Have you ever tried your hand at graffiti-o? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home, and Mona was here. We rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cabs. And my name's not Mona, so... Yeah? Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
She means the opposite.
I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko. Watch your back, ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
Coach physical instrument.
Чё мне оно там дало?
Wait, how did you know all those hammer throw techniques? How do you know how to hold a discus? Or the world youth record in discus? Something doesn't add up here. This mushy thing between your ears didn't know the name of the city you're in, but it comes loaded with trivia about the correct chin position of a shot put ball.
У нас нет рубашки, грубая сила плюс 2.
This train of thought.
Минус 1 энциклопедии факты для очкариков. Ну фак, я не знал, что они могут давать минусы. Это несправедливо. Притом такой, типа, у нас нет рубашки и типа плюс 2 грубая сила. Замечательно. Ну, придется забывать это. Тоже знал. Одинокий баклан наблюдает за морем, безразличный к твоему приближению. Ага!
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Come to slit my throat in my sleep?
Да.
Logic error. She's not sleeping right now.
Pigs come to take me out, trying to snuff me out.
Ну, блин, вот с такой фигней, честно, вот хотелось бы, чтобы, как бы это сказать, чтобы все-таки результат было видно, потому что, ну, если оно может повредить тебе, то это фигово.
Then why are you sneaking up on me like that? It's not a good idea to scare me, pig.
Садовый шланг, пока снег не растает, вряд ли он кому-то понадобится. Балкон с видом на двор и на дерево, в котором повесили жертву. Столы и стулья, побитые дождем и гнилью. На этой стене еще одна линия пулевых отверстий. Живая бомжовая шапка, скорость реакции минус риторика. Назафет. Бочки наполовину заполнены дождевой водой. Курильщик наверняка мог быть свидетелем, надо с ним поговорить. Закрытая дверь, но ты с подозрением смотришь на нее. Почему нельзя взламывать монтировкой двери? Подходишь, и она взламывается. Зараза.
There must be another way into the building.
Им Мавровгад.
It's been a week and now they show up?
Ну-ка.
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been
Я не знаю, проглючило, видимо, и он раз 100 проговорил фразу одновременно. Я тоже чуть не схватил сердечный приступ, кулон.
Not looking for
Баг
trouble,
игры.
officer.
It's the voice of someone who has something to hide, my liege.
Это драма говорит.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Is it really that important?
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run. I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
No, not you. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Last week? I don't know. Look.
A downy blanket of white to cover up the miserable poverty of the scene.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over. It was my Sunday friend.
A Sunday friend? How intriguing. He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the grey sky, snow continues to pile on the neighboring windowsills.
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
That's definitely not his real name.
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice? No. We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Problem?
Time to bring out your secret charm. Tears and begging. Show him your emotional side. Throw yourself before his very feet like a dog.
Trash?
Please don't go. I'll even stop smoking inside.
Listen, I really have to go. Good luck with the investigation.
Блин. Ну ладно. Куда-то уходит.
He's gone. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself. He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case.
Пипец, конечно. Не, на самом деле, чем хорош диск Elysium? То, что, блин, у тебя не один огромный квест, а вот, прям 100-500 направлений. Это декомпозиция декомпозиции классическое представление квестов хорошо работает на игру. хранения.
Whoa. What have we here? A bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one.
Sure, they never cleaned up the war damage. The rest of Relachel looks better, though. The bridge is fine enough. Locals use it all the time, after all. It's nothing to worry about. Shall we?
Но мы можем выписать штраф. Шаю. Мне кажется, завтра уже некоторых НПЦшников не будет, поэтому надо бы... Сейчас, дайте секундочку. Скучновато как-то очень сильно. К слову, сегодня, возможно, еще стрим вечером покрутим. Это, господи, как его? Сегодня новый сезон в Deep Rock Galactic, возможно, вечером. Сейчас дайте ответить, это важно. Секундочку. Ага, да. Нормально, мелочь лежит. Я сюда заработаю, аж разолдува. Ну, сейчас здесь поговорим и... Пустите нас.
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
Kind of a worm.
Господи.
They come, they want your pay, screwing
Твою
over
ж.
themselves and us. Everybody loses. Beats me. Somewhere in the ground, I think. Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil.
Да я чихаю
I
всю
guess
свою жизнь, кулон.
scared, maybe. But scared of what? Of who?
Ой.
Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something. We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time. I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
А, я поднялся сюда. Чё-то думал, что я снизу разговариваю с ним.
You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
Body still hanging in the tree? Hey, that's a rough pickle. Can't help you with that, sorry. I'm not really an admirer of dead bodies. Might be someone else from the union can render assistance. I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
If it's all so simple, why don't the strikebreakers just go up the stairs?
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in. Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk right past him, then press the button to unlock the door, then go past him again, and you enter the arbor through the office. Está. Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best measure head in a physical confrontation. Or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible. Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not yet, no. He's sure. The little boy had it good on his promise. To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me, pardon the choice of words, not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, and the cop's in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes. I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part. I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia. Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
All of it? There are junior officers out there, eager to prove themselves. I would leave some for them, and I would leave the boots to processing, but okay. Let's find all of it.
It's implied. He finds it unlikely that you will succeed.
And Mesquite
Ой,
epic
Ким, как ты
all across
ошибаешься.
Martinez. I hope it
Возможно,
will be a real
ошибаешься.
bonanza for you. It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
He thinks, not yet. Better to get this business out of the way.
No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way. Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
The coin lands into your hand as if
Yay.
it always belonged there. The swallow returns.
Always glad to help out the RCM. Shame I can't do more. Things are meager at the moment due to... You know, the winter's fat is slowly running out and all. Still better than scabbing. Nothing to worry about, really. The jam's a bit of a mess, cargo can't get in or out. The rationing is a bit stricter is all. Supplies should last the strike, though. I'm always glad to help out when possible. Not like these slithering scabs.
Ревшецкий грузовой порт.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
Закон, это я.
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down? We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes. Ha! Couldn't handle us. Cause gives the workers strength, gives them power.
We have a right to work!
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence. Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here.
Shame on you!
We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scab.
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those.
Блин, надо заканчивать уже, короче, да.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No.
Надо заканчивать.
The rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do. We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates. Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. Doors locked.
Это не такой долгий диалог, да.
Blocking the way to the access panel.
Мне интересно, до скольки здесь день идет?
And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is. Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage.
Ну, мы ему кружечку покажем, он
The access panel is right behind him.
скажет моя кружечка и пропустит нас.
Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained. I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. And my men are tired and hungry. They're workers. Like civilized folk, you mean? These native fucks don't understand civilized.
Господи.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home. At least for now. If you can't get in anyway.
No, They will give up eventually, or get drunk.
Да блин, мне тут это, типа, люди уходят, время, да не, ну, увижу. Просто, я так понимаю, Ким в какой-то момент пропадет. Чтобы я мог поспать на лавочке, потому что я не набрал 130 бабла. Ладно. Ну, типа, весь район я почти обыскал. После 21:00. Окей, ну, ладно. Че это вообще так? То есть у здания есть... Ну-ка. Нифига себе, сколько работяг тут работает.
The worker, isn't it? Perhaps he's on his way to where you just came from, into the primordial darkness.
Видишь, как физрук наделал шум, общаясь с Гартом. Вот грубая сила 1. Чё нет-то?
There is only one way to wake this bone idol from his slumber. Roar like a hurricane. Rip the buildings from the earth.
Просыпайся, это приказ, есть здесь закон. Весь спит вообще здесь.
A lot of sour dock workers around.
Wait, what?
Зачем я продолжаю, блин, тыкать на диалоги? Сохранись, все. Заканчивай стрим.
Indeed. Help yourself to some. Wait, no. Oh, it's empty. Sorry about that, pal. Yeah, what about it? You know, people die here every day. Someone's found in a ditch.
Маленький диск, да.
One falls in a manhole. A third one gets eaten by stray dogs.
Скажут об этом. Да я видел. Говорю, блин, не работайте с излишне справочным материалом. Я такой, когда тут день заканчивается, вы, ну вот так. Мне вот интересно, когда Ким, я говорю, это, вы мне поясняете после 9, его не надо объяснять мне ничего по игре, не надо. Разберусь, сам увижу. Я напрямую к чату буду обращаться. Что, я ничего? Да я и ничего. Господи. Нам можно только с тобой говорить. Нет. С другими людьми тоже. Так.
I can tell you this. You heard what I said. Draw your own conclusions. That's all I know. And
The lieutenant gives you a little nod, then makes a note in his blue notebook. So Union people think he was a killer, he thinks. Even Sleepyhair. This doesn't help a lot, but it's something. Good work, detective.
We are the workers, the Union. We know what we need. What's right for us. Okay, I guess there's also Everard. He's in charge of the Union. He's smart, knows how to negotiate.
He's got our back.
They got it. Majoret's got it. He's guarding the gate. Or just getting some sleep. Or was. That's the name of my employer. I work in logistics.
А. Ну так это собачка мыло боль.
He doesn't sound too enthusiastic about this.
Ну ладно, ладно. Да не, я так бурчу.
How's it going?
Ой, господи.
Haven't you noticed what's going on outside? Good. Then you understand the gist of it. We would up for one.
Ой, ну ладно.
I can get some goddamn shut-eye. Right to sleep, I say.
5 очков.
Thank God, no.
The worker stares at you, his eyes dry from sleep. A web of wrinkles covers his tanned forehead.
Если ты очки тоже солишь. А?
I don't know what you're talking about, kind sir. But when I'm out, then I'm really out. No X anything. Just quality time.
Если солишь очки опыта. А?
A little me time in the abyssal pelagic zone.
Ну, хочется, навыки-то развиваются от них.
Only detective work remains. Wakefulness and detection. The dock worker doesn't answer. His head is already back down on the table
Здесь не
in
это.
sweet sleep.
Консервируешь на потом. Не, я их не консервировал на потом. Точнее, консервировал, но потом резко потратил все. Блин, мне так не нравится, что я... Живая шапка. Господи Иисусе.
Hello again, sweetie.
Ну-ка.
Can I help you? Yes, have you got it? A lot. A lot. For the room? Like what? I was really enjoying talking about the money you owe me.
Я хочу вот это.
The man ponders his cooking utensils. You see a heavy steel door. The door does not budge. The door.
Ну вот. Но здесь ни с кем не говорится. Можно только попеть как-нибудь. Здесь же где-то, получается, должен быть...
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it. The living shit. Your Mesolimbic reward pathway does not mince words. It once smokes. Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker. Especially when
Почему это именно сейчас прокатило? Очень странно.
Cigarette stub, still smoldering deliciously. How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette. or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that, a carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Then smoke them all. Good. Thinking about yummy cigarettes in your mouth is the
Яме.
next
Господи.
best thing.
Наркотики. Помните, наркотики зло, курение плохо для здоровья, алкоголь тоже.
And when you're done thinking about them, graduate to getting them.
Только что перешел на следующий уровень.
Smoking them gives massive bonuses.
Нет. Нет, игра. Не слушайте игру. Курение — это яд. Курение — это яд. Минздрав предупреждает. Минздрав предупреждает. Курение — это яд. Хоть какая-то радость в жизни остается.
The door is closed. Still, the lieutenant gives you a...
Хотел с этой девушкой поговорить. Ну чё, поздний вечер. Много у нас всякой фигни. Ну-ка.
I can't believe it's snowing again. It felt like springtime.
Что? Канализационная решетка, врата к реке нечистот. Ух ты. Бомжекоп, ну-ка. Где это было? Справа, здесь. Коммунист 2, фашист 1, ультралиберал 3, моралист 1. Нифига себе у меня тут поменялось. Хороший коп, плохой коп 6.
A crumpled billboard reading, Samaran butter soaks in the
На вещи лихач
Two
сбежал.
ugly lines mar the bright countenance of the blonde boy depicted. Judging by the size of the impact and the parallel lines of burnt rubber, the cause was probably a motor vehicle.
Нифига себе тут. И дрить.
The lieutenant looks on, waiting for you. The crumpled Samaran butter bill.
Короче, давайте я здесь закончу. Продолжим завтра. Во. Много вопросов, мало ответов пока что.
Any theories about what happened here? What kind of car do you think it? I suppose it's not really our job.
Блин. Как сейв 12:34. Серьезно? Зачем я с ним начал говорить?
Oh. We are not traffic cops. Should we get back to the murder?
Да.
If we must.
I'm not expecting him to get far with this, the lieutenant consoled.
Ну типа, Ладно, давайте сохранимся. Диалог я прочитала, просто так. Как-то суперски быстро. Вот, давайте закончим на этом и потом потыкаю туда. Вот. Вечером стрим, возможно, по Dwarf Fortress. Какому Dwarf Fortress? Deep Rock Галактику. Вот. Посмотрим. Возможно, нет. Следующий стрим по Disco Elysium попытаюсь завтра все-таки сделать. Вот. Но если нет, то понедельник уже. Не, в понедельник у меня днюха. Посмотрим, короче. Вот. Может быть, вечером на выходных. Вот так вот. Ну и все на этом. Давайте увидимся. Пока-пока.